So you make sure you elect people with these qualities. And somebody who was not there, who does not speak Hausa, who did not try to verify the issue from Usman Danfodio, just made a headline in this day so that I said Muslims should only vote for Muslims. And it stuck because it's politics. But then, when he was told to verify, because there was a lot of people like Hassan Kuka, Reverend Hassan Kuka spoke to me and he wrote in defense of what I had said. He said, well, he thought that was what I said. You see how careless Nigerian politicians can be. And since then, of course, people are still asking me, in spite of the bishops and the explanation I made, and in spite of my own track record as a public officer, that nobody could ever identify any religious bias or tribal bias against those who were accused. I have, I think, led the question of being taking Nigeria into Islamic conference. I didn't do it. Somebody did it after I left the place. So I think people should settle down and be competent in terms of their relationship with their neighbors and so on. And really, it's a constitutional issue. The Constitution says everybody in Nigeria can practice their religion in life. That was why, out of the 19 northern states, only 12 say they will practice Sharia. And it's on record, no non-Muslim has ever been taken to a Sharia court. Nobody. So Sharia is strictly for Muslims, wherever they are. If you are a non-Muslim, nobody will take you to Sharia court. And then how did the colonialists did it when they came and took over Nigeria? They found out there were Muslims, there were Christians, and there are animists and others. So there are Sharia, where there are Muslims. There is common law, which is common to everybody. You can take anybody to any court in Nigeria. And then there is customary courts. So they still operate. So in fact, what we did, we went back to the colonial days. This is what we have done. And unfortunately, some people make money by causing confusion so that they can go and loot shops burn houses and so on, and this is what people did. But it is no religion, said you should hurt innocent people. No religion. You don't go and kill people because they don't agree with them on religion or anything. No religion agrees with that.
My name is Jumai Hamza. I am delighted to be here this evening, and I would like you to address the issue of education as it affects Nigeria. We are all here in this hall, beautifully nice environment to discuss. Back home in our universities, this could be a lecture hall, but it would be jam-packed with so many people and no seats to sit on, with people hanging on by the windows. And of lately, we find out that computers are things that we run away from. When our children see computers these days, they run away from it. They feel it is too complicated for them to go to. But here we are in the UK, we enjoy all these facilities, and we come from home to come and study in here. And government in, government out, they talk about education, money being pumped into educational sector, but nothing is being done. So when you become the president, what are the assurances that there will be good development as it affects education? Thank you.
Well, I think the moderator has spoken less about that he's a product of free education from primary to university up to the time he became a doctor, with relatively less resources to the country. I was told sometimes when we were discussing such issues that the North then, under the Sarona, was spending 43% of its budget on education. Aolo was spending more than 53% on education. I am sorry I have no figures about the East, but those figures were correct. 43%. And the West, 53%. I think we are struggling with about 2% on agriculture now. 2%. And here in Europe, because we talk about unemployment, they have been, I think, quarreling with the United States for the last 6 years at the WTO, on a question of subsidy. So we are having our priorities upside down in Nigeria. This is what I'm trying to say. And God willing, when we get there, we'll try and make things better. Because if you educate a person, you from the university, you know a person more than myself, he is likely to look after himself and the country more than an illiterate. And there is a level below which an educated person will not accept. Because there may be a time when you can't run anywhere anymore. You stay at home and say that you either do things correctly, politicians, or we push you out and do something other than politics. I think
Joseph Umoro. Could you please come and sit down, please? NPP senatorial candidate for the district. You sit by this side, and hopefully in May, you'll be meeting your president. Thank you.
And there's also lots of questions actually to do with utilities and public services. One on health. So what are you going to do really to improve the health in Nigeria? Because Nigerian lives are no more lives equivalent to any other humans, really. It's all been taken down right to the bottom. And to do with that also, someone asked about education. Primary and secondary, you just answered some of this. But if you want to make any comment about revamping the educational system, primary, especially secondary. And then one other is to do with the police and their salaries. How are we going to rejuvenate that and sort this out? So once His Excellency has answered that, we'll maybe, if time allows, allow one more question from the floor, and then we'll call it a day. But we can still have informal discussions out there. So this can go on and on.
until somebody has eventually pinned me down. You could recall I tried to explain that there were 3 phases that were developed, according to my appreciation, from September 2005 to now. The first one was to kill 3rd term, and God in his infinite mercy allowed that. 3rd term died with all that happened along the line. Secondly, realignment of forces. During this alignment of forces, which I said I thought would finish by 22nd of December, still continues and will likely not end until 14th of February. We made some attempts, several parties, put some structures on the ground in terms of secretariat, technical committees about the constitution and the other programs, and of course information and contact committees. And then define 3 ways we may have this coming together of parties to face the devil. The first one was alliances, and alliances is that every party will maintain its identity. That's its name, its flag, its logo, and its constitution. The second one was merger, and it means everybody will lose his identity and merge and register one mega party. And thirdly, fusion, in which one party will be taken to be the base and the others lose their identity, come to this party, you know, and stand as one party. The middle and the third one, that's merger and fusion, came, as far as I'm concerned, because of historical antecedents, especially with ANPP. If you could recall, in 1999 or 98, the ANPP had 9 governments, a number of senators, members of the House of Representatives, local government councillors, and was made somehow to become a running mate to AD, which had only 6 governments, and severely restricted only to the southwest. And of course they lost. And then 2003, 2 personalities or 2 politicians were dispatched to ANPP on sabbatical in terms of John Itabet and Ikomo. And they did a lot of damage to ANPP. So for that reason, the ANPP said, God forbid, no more merger, no more fusion, only alliance. We will stand on our feet and negotiate with anybody who wants to come with us. This is the state we are in. With AC, I think you all know, because we keep in touch with home. What is AC? AC used to be a faction of AD. AD was factionalized. Even a periphery was factionalized. And then its registration, I mean the AD, was changing hands between Akim Famwa faction and the Akande faction. Until eventually the PDP observed that one of the factions was more antagonistic to Bona Tinubu, and they gave him the ticket. So Tinubu floated AC and left AD alone. And some of them came to him. That's how AC developed. Even Abga was not left alone. There were 2 factions, Omes faction and the Okore's faction. And I think they are still in court. Luckily for Abga, Ojuku is above partisan politics in the east. So wherever he throws his cards, that will be the winning card. And that's why we left them to do their own thing in the court while we keep on talking to Chief Odumeke Ojuku. Of course, I told you the PDP is now 5. The ANPP is alone, but severely wounded. Out of 9, we have only 5 governments now, we have senators. So none of the parties that could have national across the board representation has been left alone. The government has compromised all the parties. But the only party that its registration didn't change hands is the ANPP. The other 50 or other 45 parties, most people don't even know them. Most people don't even know them. So the question of alliance, so this is where I will stay. The second question is on utilities. And of the utilities, the most important, sadly, is power. We have regular power in Nigeria. A lot of sensitive machineries wouldn't be disorientated. That's why some readings in some of the hospital equipment, if you are given prescription on that, you may be slaughtered for nothing. Because by heavy outrage, a lot of them become disorientated. Power, the factory will be more productive and therefore more cost effective and therefore reduction and more employment. Of course, other infrastructure, the roads are not there. There is, when I was taking PTF job in 1995, I think, I said none of the Nigerian towns or cities has adequate potable water. The situation is still the same. In spite of all the billions who are told that we have been armed. Security, all others in there. Now, third one, and I think massively the last one, education, especially primary and education. I think we have said enough about this. This government has been so inept, so incompetent, relative to the resources we get in giving Nigerians reasonable social services. And we promise to do much better, much better. Thank you very much.
General, you're welcome, and I'm really honored to be given this opportunity. I was a child in the primary school when you first visited my village up there on the Mambila Plateau. The first and ever sergeant head of state to come to that place. So I'm really happy to be given this opportunity. My question is, the WHO ranking has shown Nigeria to be number 187 out of the 191 countries in the world in terms of healthcare. We have the worst maternal mortality in the world. It is a range, but in the north, the rate in the north is the worst the world over. Child mortality is also the worst. I have worked in a health project before coming here. We were able to secure some funding for malaria treatment, which is a very serious problem in Nigeria. But the problem is, even if you get the funds, you get the resources, get the medicines, it will lie there in the stores and rot. It will never get down to the children. I have gone around some of the local governments where we're working, and the drugs that we have, that are even able to get to the local governments, are in the stores and rotting away, can't get to the children. The local government that is supposed to provide healthcare at the primary care level cannot afford to employ a doctor. And the people they employ to man those places, I'm sorry to say this, probably will not be. So just to cut it short, what do you think you can do, looking at how terrible this system is? How can you really provide this service? Yeah.
They did about 52 local governments, and when the PTF came, part of our health program, we tried to take the rest of the local government, and we were making progress. We acquired some solar bridges, and where there is light, we have standby generators, for keeping the drugs useful, and by encouraging the local government to have to build the clinics, and then get workers there, and then provide the initial seed drugs, what they call the seed drugs, and have committees in each locality where there is a health center to manage it and get a doctor. It started working, and no, losing that is one of the dividends of democracy of this government. So I think what we will do, we have to revisit Bamako initiative and make sure that the supervision, and this question of federating units, they must be viable. Look, what happened, say, in the 19 northern states, it used to be done by one premier, one political governor, and a few ministers and permanent secretary. Now we have 19 states, a governor, a deputy governor, at least 8 commissioners, about 10 permanent secretaries, 50 advisors. By the time they get their pay and allowances, they are nothing more for social services. So what we intend to do, we'll bring this back. They may be unpopular with some of the hangers-on, but I think when the people appreciate it, they will accept this idea of restructuring the country so that national resources can get down to the people. It's one of the objectives we have in mind.
NPP. One Nigeria. One Nigeria. Justice. My brothers and sisters in diaspora, I say a very big thank you to all of you for this wonderful opportunity to interact with one of the most credible Nigeria in our midst today. I came into London 3 days ago to pull off after the primaries and the pension back at home. And I saw on Ben TV that this program is going to take place. So I decided to come here to support His Excellency. It's a very big pleasure, very big privilege for us to be here. I just want to send one message across all of us here. We have a lot of challenges back at home. I work in the private sector for 15 years as a general manager in Seven Bowling Company in Lagos. And I decided to step out of my comfort zone to go into politics. People believe politics is dirty, but I don't think it's dirty. Because if we allow and believe that politics is dirty, dirty people will keep ruling us. Now you can imagine the money we make every day in our country, and see the level of unemployment and poverty that is there. It's because the right people are not there. Thank God today we have His Excellency General Buhari that is going to come out. And we have this challenge to talk back to our people at home. All of us are from various homes. When we get out of this place today, let us send a message back to our various homes that we need to do something right for the first time. Let us vote for justice. Let us vote for progress. And by the grace of God, come 2007, it will be a turning point in the life of our country when we have a credible president. And back home, I want to assure you that both the PDP members have agreed to the candidature of His Excellency. And they say they are going to vote for him. So, no little message is too small. I want to get back home and talk to our people that it's time for change. We must not be apolitical. Let us be part of the change. The little effort we put in, I'm sure, is going to do a lot of things. So please, let's take this message back home. And I can assure you that we are going to get back home to face the fight. And God's willing, our vote will not be stolen. We're going to follow our vote from the polling unit to the collation center. And you hear the result that really will not take place this time around in 2007. Thank you very much.
Joseph Umoru. I'm the senatorial candidate of ANPP, Kogi East. And I think it's a very wonderful opportunity for us to interact with Nigerians in diaspora. It has given us an opportunity to highlight the programs of His Excellency, the President, from 2007, the platform of ANPP, the programs, the fears of Nigerians, and he has been able to outlay and allay their fears. And God's willing, I'm sure it's very positive.
What is the most thing that had caught your ears today about the questions asked by the members at this conference?
The first question had to do with the polity in Nigeria, the structure in Nigeria, because we need to have unity of purpose. We need to have the various units being able to produce something on their own. Then the other issue that was really flawed was the issue of religion. And I'm sure a lot of people that are here have had their fears allayed today. That His Excellency is not a fanatic, has been expressed in many quarters back home. These are all political issues. And his antecedents show the kind of person he is over time.
Do you think he handled all the questions very well today?
For me, I think he has exceeded. I think I can give him distinction based on what he has done today, because he has been able to express himself, and he's been very, very clear, he's been straight to the point, and he's been very convincing. And you can see that everybody that come here today, they are living on a very happy note.
And what message do you think people who are here today will be carrying home from all what we've had here today?
The message here, as I said when I gave a brief comment, is that we all here have a responsibility about our people, about our country. We have problems where we have all the money and the system is not working. But here we have somebody that has been tried, tested and trusted. It's somebody that that does not have zero tolerance on corruption. It's for us to get back, to talk to our people back home, that we have the right candidate. We're not talking about party, we're talking about the person. And as far as we are concerned, from the information that we have back home, a lot of people are convinced in the integrity of His Excellency General Buhari. They believe he's a better candidate. So this message should get across to our people at home in the villages, that the candidate that we are supporting here in the UK is General Buhari. And with him, we are sure our country will move forward.
You said everyone here thought that General Buhari would be a better candidate. Will you be a better candidate for your constituency?
Sure. If you are from my state, you know that I am the better candidate. Not the better, the best candidate, as far as we are concerned, because we have the experience, we have the program, and we are going to implement our program. We're not opportunists. It's a clear-cut agenda we have to make life more meaningful for our people.
And what are your plans for your state?
The first program has to do with quality representation of our people in terms of basic infrastructure, health, housing, employment, housing. I mean, people should be able to have quality and good life for themselves. So we're going to look at education. We're going to bring the best for our people. And I'm sure those are the programs that we have. They are basic things. And God's willing, we'll be able to get there.
What is your view about what is going on in Nigeria right now between Mr. President and the Vice President? Is it being sacked?
No, for now, I think it's not been confirmed. The case is in court, and the National Assembly is looking at the case. For now, I think the crisis is still on, but we hope that they'll have an opportunity to sort it out. If it's not sorted out, that's not too good for the country.
You watch Big Brother. Are you concerned about the race we are going on in the Big Brother?
Yeah, I'm concerned because I heard that the punishment has been meted out, and I think it's on a positive note. Racism is very primitive. It's not something that should be encouraged in the 21st century.
If such issues, race row or tribal row, happen in your constituency, how will you handle it?
It will be dealt with as straight as possible. It has to be discouraged. It has to be discouraged because it's very primitive.
My name is Matthias Chenwoba Onomba from the East, Anambra State. Today we are here just because His Excellency General Buhari was here in the morning, and I was invited. So I came to kind of welcome him and celebrate his presence. At the same time, I learned a lot from what we've discussed right in there. First of it, one of the things I've learned there was that my people, or our people, Nigerian people, they can speak their mind. They can say what they feel right inside, take it outside. From few questions they've asked him and the way he replied the questions, I mean, you know, it baffles me, and it made me like changing my mind more and more towards him, because before, when he was the president, that was 95, is it? I forgot exactly, but things like that. When he was, though I was here though, I went to Nigeria to vote. I didn't vote for him really because I didn't know him, but from what he did and when he was on the seat, I recollected and I remembered a lot that has been happening. And immediately he stepped down or he came out from the office, things went back immediately. So I said within myself, yes, this is the man we wanted. If we can at least in any way in our life put him back again, I don't think we will lose the time we've lost already. Because Obasanjo has got his second time now. It was worse than when he was there. So if this man can have his own chance again, if I've got any power to do that as well with my life, or if I can give my life to Nigerians for him to be there, probably I will do it.
What you like about today's conference?
Okay, like now, it's very hard to ask somebody about what he said and really he did not say that, but you think or you've heard from someone else. Like when he was asked, you've mentioned about Muslims, to vote Muslims only. That's a serious issue, to be honest with you. And the way things are going in this world of today, you can hear bomb here and there over. It's been directly assumed that it was only Muslim that carries out all these atrocities, but it wasn't that way. And coming to again, with this question of like, you said Muslims should be voted. No. He said that he did not say that. And from what he said and the way he put it, it shows me that this man got sense, both left and right. He's really a man of himself, because he tried to let us know he did not say that. Even his friend, his own personal friend, said that he mentioned about that he wrote to him. The general himself said that. But at the same time, he clarified everything from the other side of it, like, even if I did say that, I did not mean it the way you guys picked it up to be. He said that we've got customary courts. We've got like local courts doing the Sharia, that they want the Sharia to be in there, to come as a part of our life. So when you look at things, the way things are, I think the man is a man of both peace, integrity, whatever you think about him. He's really the man we need, to be honest with you.
Will you vote for him?
Of course, yeah. That was why I'm here, because from what he had done, achieved at last previous time, that was why I came here, because he didn't invite me. So I just said I must come and see him, and that was why I came with my brothers and friends as well.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Jumai Hamza.
Why are you here today?
I came in to listen to someone whom I feel has integrity, whom I see as someone that will carry us to where we think we want to be, at the top, not where we are now at the bottom in Nigeria.
From a woman's perspective, what legacy do you think General Buhari has left behind when he was head of state?
Interestingly, the first one we will all remember will be war against indiscipline. I, for one, that program was a very laudable one, because for once Nigerians were disciplined at that era. Nigerians were conscious that if they do anything out of the law, they will be punished for it, and people were aware of that. So I think the war against indiscipline program was a very good one. It was a very good legacy that people keep remembering all the time.
And what message are you going to be taking home from this conference today?
I would like the electorate to bear in mind that when you are voting, it's not you don't listen to sweet talk. You think about the integrity of the person. Is this person going to deliver? What are his credentials like? What are the perception of the programs that the person is talking about? I feel that people should vote for people with decency, people of integrity and caliber, not sweet talk, not money. That's it.
As a woman, if I can ask you this question, what question in relation to women would you like to ask him today? Or would you have loved to ask him that you did not have the chance to ask him?
I would like to see a country where women are taken along. I would like to see a Nigeria where women are not left behind, but women are being co-opted in, and they work with them side by side, because there is a lot that the woman can impact in the development of a country. That's it.
And you're not afraid to say that?
I'm not afraid to say that at all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Nice to see you once again.
A nice conference today.
Yes, I will say it is.